You can really feel that energy with protesters rallying in the street. So we've already met Casey here, but one of the biggest surprises of the trip was meeting Rezi. You can see on this stretch of boardwalk, it's basically been split like a zipper down the middle. Now, 33 years later, the FBI and NYPD have new evidence. The stock market is soaring to new heights. Both the Dow and the S&P 500 opened this morning at new record highs. Strong reports on auto sales and factory orders drove those numbers up. Good morning. Topping America's money, another union sees clear skies for an American Airlines merger. Pilots and flight attendants are already on board. Today marks 1 year since school's chancellor Dennis Walcott was appointed to replace Kathy Black. This is called liquid cocaine.
Liquid cocaine.
Not quite as dangerous as the name implies, but still it has 4 shots of espresso. You're looking at the signatures of thousands of people from all over the world.
Can we actually improve our personal relationships with our dogs? That's the question posed by one writer who took himself and his dog on a 4-month road trip to find out. Here's Jordan Mazza.
Do you know for sure that your dog actually likes you? One man wasn't so confident.
I was really wondering whether I was doing my dog justice, whether I was giving him the best life possible. And I said, I need to go on a road trip with my dog and bond with him.
That's how Benoit Denizet-Lewis decided to take his Labrador mix Casey on a road trip. But this wasn't your average road trip. It was a 13,000-mile, 32-state, 4-month motorhome adventure across America. And it's all in the new book, Travels with Casey. The author and New York Times Magazine writer wanted to better understand his relationship with Casey. But he also wanted to explore what makes America dog crazy. Just how crazy? There's 1 canine for every 4 humans in the U.S. More than 50 million households have a dog. That's the highest dog ownership rate on Earth. And Americans now spend roughly $40 billion on dog products and services each year.
We do spoil our pets in ways that we didn't really used to, and dogs are now considered family members, and a lot of people consider them their children.
Benoit and Casey encounter that pooch pampering obsession all over America. Dog photographers, dog massage therapists, and the dog whisperer Cesar Millan. They even found a little time for doga. Oh yes, dog yoga.
Nice. Now come back to your downward dog.
But American dogs, much like their humans, live in increasingly polarized worlds.
I really also wanted to explore, dogs who don't have it so lucky. So the millions of dogs who roam our inner cities and our Indian reservations.
Little did they know that a stray reservation dog would change their lives forever.
So we've already met Casey here, but one of the biggest surprises of the trip was meeting Rezi.
I saw this adorable black dog who really wouldn't leave my side. I ended up taking her, taking this risk, I'm taking this new dog. I still have half the country to drive around.
Benoit wasn't sure if Rezi and Casey would get along.
Fortunately, it was amazing, and she's a loving and sweet and caring dog, and very different from Casey, and sort of helped me understand that dogs are different and they have different personalities, and just sort of, accept them for who they are.
The lesson? Getting dogs to like you may be as simple as accepting them and spending not just money, but quality time.
There's nothing better than getting on the road with your dog, whether it's a week-long road trip or exploring the country with your dog. I mean, it was a life-changing experience for me.
Jordan Mazza, ABC News, New York.
Great piece there. And this, by the way, is Benoit's book.
Hundreds of protesters are still hitting the streets. Wall Street, that is. Now in their 3rd week, the Occupy Wall Street demonstrators have gained support from some of New York's biggest unions, and they've gotten arrested again. It started with a mission to fight corporate greed, but as the movement grows, so does its list of causes.
You want to be good or clean or environmental.
The unity amongst our citizens, our fellow immigrants.
Get rid of the death penalty.
It's not even just one singular cause, actually. It's a million reasons why we're here.
Make that 1,000,001. Recent events have brought to light a new cause: police brutality. This Saturday, more than 700 protesters were arrested in a dramatic showdown with the NYPD on the Brooklyn Bridge. many say the arrests only gave the movement fresh energy.
You can really feel that energy with protesters rallying in the street, living in this makeshift campground, and now even publishing the occupied Wall Street Journal. By the looks of it, they're not leaving anytime soon.
For NYU Tonight, I'm Jordan Mazza. With each note, these students are giving a new meaning to singing from the heart. The NYU students held a benefit concert to launch the Talia Joy Smith Memorial Scholarship. Smith was a junior in the Steinhardt Vocal Performance Program, starring on the NYU stage with the hopes of someday landing a role on Broadway. But one tragic day this past August, the music came to an end. Smith was riding her bicycle through her Indiana hometown when she was struck and killed by a car. Her family and friends were devastated to lose someone so special and so young.
When the accident happened, I got a call from her mother, and it was one of those moments that you hear in movies where your knees kind of buckle.
What Talia loves and what all of our friends love and what we do best is music and bringing people together.
It was just so wonderful to see all of them together and singing and having fun and living their dream like Talia was and still is.
For NYU Tonight, I'm Jordan Mazza. If you've walked through Union Square this week, you may have noticed something a little different pop out at you. It's the king of pop art himself, Andy Warhol.
Looks nice at night, right?
Rob Pruitt is the artist behind the Andy Monument, a commemorative sculpture of Warhol.
The Statue of Liberty was put there to welcome immigrants. This is here to welcome people like me, like, social outcasts that know that they can do something great.
As for the lifelike appearance, Pruitt used digital rendering and a friend with a physique similar to Warhol's.
I think it's just like him. It captures his sensibility, his personality.
There was a person that sort of walked by screaming, "Oh my God, it's Andy Warhol!" It's been really exciting. I mean, what better place for a monument to Andy Warhol, who sort of defined this downtown New York scene.
Shaking all over.
But Warhol is not without his critics.
I'm not like a huge fan of his, but I mean, I think it makes sense that when they'd make a statue of him.
Love him or hate him, Warhol isn't planning to stay on Union Square forever. The installation is currently scheduled to end in October. Warhol once predicted, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. For NYU Tonight, I'm Jordan Mazza.